Deion Sanders breaks silence after two college HCs rip Colorado's struggling offense. For months, the 2025 Colorado Buffaloes were painted as a team of destiny, a program ready to build on its 9-4 breakout year and prove that Coach Prime's vision wasn't a one-season miracle. They had been college football's biggest headline for nearly 2 straight years. From the bright lights of Folsom Field to ESPN's Saturday night primetime slot, Deion Sanders had turned Boulder into the most talked-about zip code in the sport. But 3 weeks into this season, the Buffaloes are sitting at 1-3, staring down the wrong side of momentum, and hearing a growing chorus of critics questioning what exactly this team is supposed to be. Colorado's identity crisis. It wasn't supposed to look like this. Even without star quarterback Shedeur Sanders running the show and two-way superstar Travis Hunter electrifying crowds, most analysts predicted some regression, but not this. Colorado's offense, once the crown jewel of Sanders' Showtime brand, has turned into one of the most predictable, least explosive units in the Power Four. The numbers are brutal. 334.3 yards per game, ranked outside the top 100 in total offense. 210.3 passing yards per game, down nearly 100 yards from 2024 and good for 82nd in the country. 124 rushing yards per game, a paltry 105th nationally, despite an offseason emphasis on building a power run game. In short, the Buffs have gone from being a fireworks display to a ball control unit that can't control the ball. The quarterback shuffle. If there's one storyline that has defined the first month of the season, it's the carousel under center. Colorado has already rolled out 3 quarterbacks. Kaidon Salter, the veteran transfer with experience, but whose efficiency has been up and down. Ryan Staub, the former third-stringer turned starter, who was given the nod against Houston but threw 2 interceptions to go along with a lone touchdown. Julian Lewis, the prized freshman phenom, who has flashed athleticism but is still learning the speed of the college game. No one has seized control of the job. Offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur has been tasked with juggling play-calling duties to fit each signal caller's skill set, but so far the schemes have looked almost identical regardless of who is under center, something opposing coaches have not been shy about pointing out. Houston's Willie Fritz calls out Colorado. After Houston's 28-17 win in Week 3, Cougars head coach Willie Fritz didn't mince words when asked about Colorado's offensive approach. You look at the plays that were called and just the little bit I've been watching, and you're right, they played all 3 guys this past game against Delaware. I think it's kind of similar to what they're running. They've got an offense. Maybe one guy will do a little bit something different than the other, but it's an offense that they run. Translation: Colorado's playbook is as readable as an open book. Run on first down, bubble screen on second, and punt if it doesn't work. Against Houston, the Buffs ran the ball 6 straight times on first down and punted 6 times overall. They turned the ball over twice and failed to sustain drives. The script has been the same in every game. 2 weeks earlier, against Delaware, they ran the ball on 9 of their first 13 first down plays. The result? Predictability. And predictability is death in college football. Wyoming's Jay Sovil piles on. As if hearing one opposing coach break down your offense wasn't enough, Wyoming head coach Jay Sovil joined the chorus earlier this week. I don't know that they alter their offense dramatically between each one, Sovil said. It may obviously be a little different focus, but we got to get ready for multiple different things. What Sovil meant is clear. Even with 3 quarterbacks, Colorado's playbook looks the same. There's no element of surprise, no wrinkles that keep defenses guessing. Salter may bring more poise, Staub might know Shurmur's system better, and Lewis can threaten with his legs. But if the plays stay the same, defenses simply tee off on the weak offensive line and force Colorado into obvious passing downs. Coach Prime's response: I don't care. Enter Deion Sanders. If there's one thing you can count on with Coach Prime, it's that he won't back down from criticism, even when the numbers are ugly and the doubters are loud. At his weekly press conference, Sanders was asked about whether Colorado needs to establish an offensive identity before it's too late. His response was quintessential Prime. I don't care what kind of car we pull up in. Long as we pull out of here with a W, I'm good. So I don't really get into the identity thing, not whatsoever. And then, with a grin, he doubled down. What's your identity? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. The message was clear. Sanders is focused on results, not labels. To him, identity is a buzzword used by analysts, not a requirement for winning football games. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Labels do matter. Teams that can't define themselves, run first, pass first, spread, tempo, eventually get figured out. And right now, Colorado looks like a team that has been figured out. The anatomy of a struggling offense. What's wrong with Colorado's offense? The problems go deeper than play calling. Offensive line breakdown. Colorado's line is allowing too much pressure, collapsing on third downs, and forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws. Inefficient run game. Despite adding talented transfers to Kalen Taylor and Simeon Price, the Buffs can't create running lanes. Drops and mental errors, drive-killing mistakes have become a weekly occurrence, robbing the team of rhythm. Lack of explosiveness. The showtime element of Colorado football is missing. Gone are the deep shots that once lit up highlight reels. All of these issues have turned what was once a high-octane machine into a sputtering offense that struggles to break 24 points per game. Why this week matters. Saturday night's matchup with Wyoming suddenly feels like a crossroads. Colorado enters as nearly a 2-touchdown favorite at home, but point spreads can't hide an identity crisis. Wyoming comes in 2-1, with a defense built to pressure quarterbacks and take away the short game. If Colorado can't protect Staub, or whoever starts at QB, this one could get ugly fast. A win won't just level Colorado's record, it might quiet the critics and give this team the confidence it desperately needs. A loss, however, would drop them to 1-4 and send the narrative into overdrive. That Coach Prime's second-year magic has completely run dry. The stakes for Deion Sanders. For Sanders, this is about more than XS and OS. It's about proving that his program can handle adversity. 2024 was about hype. 2025 is about survival. If Colorado is going to stay relevant, Sanders and Shermer have to find a way to get this offense clicking, and fast. Whether that means simplifying the playbook, leaning into one quarterback, or finally letting Julian Lewis run wild, something has to change. A win won't just level Colorado's record. It might quiet the critics and give this team the confidence it desperately needs. A loss, however, would drop them to 1-4 and send the narrative into overdrive. That Coach Prime's second-year magic has completely run dry. The stakes for Deion Sanders. For Sanders, this is about more than XS and OS. It's about proving that his program can handle adversity. 2024 was about hype. 2025 is about survival. If Colorado is going to stay relevant, Sanders and Shermer have to find a way to get this offense clicking, and fast. Whether that means simplifying the playbook, leaning into one quarterback, or finally letting Julian Lewis run wild, something has to change.